Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you are deciding to watch this video. This is now a take 3 of making this video, so hopefully this one works this time. Welcome everyone to Environmental Science. This is hopefully going to be a quick video just to kind of show you the lay of the land of our Canvas page and kind of the overall expectations of this class and kind of the workflow. Every instructor sets their pages up differently, and this is even set up a little bit differently from classes I've taught before. So if you've taken a class with me, just kind of get used to what things look like and some overall expectations. This is the main thing really is that this is an online asynchronous course, meaning that we will not meet weekly. We will not meet really actually ever unless you're coming to office hours, which I highly encourage. So it's really going to be on you to set the schedule for yourself, right? I set the pace, you set your schedule. So kind of figuring out how that's going to work for you is going to be maybe a little bit of a learning curve here at the very beginning. But I think once we kind of all get into it, then it will all kind of work together really nicely. So this is an inclusive access course or immediate access course, however we call it here, for the book. So this is the hard copy version of the book. You are not required to get this as well because you have it already as an ebook available to you, which is already being billed to your WebSmart account from signing up for this class. You're welcome to go, I think, to the library. I think has a version of this that you can either check out or use for some time while you're there, if you so choose to do so. Just be sure that it is the 4th edition of the book. That is very, very important that it's the 4th edition because they do update their editions each new section or each new cycle, new edition. And there are some differences. But once I kind of exit out from big face time, then I'll show you exactly where on the Canvas page to find the book. And if you have any issues with that, please just reach out and let me know, and we can address things as they come. I do also want to have a slight disclaimer that this is my second time teaching this class, and so it's kind of still a little bit new for me as well. It's also been a few semesters since I've taught it. So it might be a little bit of a learning curve for you, a bit of a learning curve for me, but just know that I'm human and that, I'll take constructive criticism for things that maybe work or don't work, or if you notice typos or links or anything within the pages that don't work, please just reach out and let me know. That way I can fix them. Again, I'm human, I make mistakes. It's just a thing that happens. So the biggest thing is just going to be communication and learning how to communicate with me in a way that works for everybody. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so with all that said, let's have a look at our Canvas page here. So whenever you click the home button or whenever you go into this course, this will be the first page that you see. So it'll give you just a little blurb about the class. You'll see the latest 3 announcements will always pop up here at the top as well. And then the biggest aspects I think here are going to be down here at the how to get in touch with me section. So here's my email address, my cell phone, and then my office hour links. These are via Zoom, but if you happen to be on Skyline campus on Friday mornings, I am in my physical office there as well. You also see links for a Google Doc for the syllabus and a Google Sheet for the schedule, as well as some other useful documents and resources as needed. The syllabus and schedule are in different places in the Canvas page as well, but they're there too. What I do also want to point out is here on the right-hand side, you have a to-do list. So all of the assignments that you need to complete are going to pop up here on the right side, I think pretty much in order of like time for you to complete. So I know it seems like there's kind of a lot for this week, and there kind of is, but the first 3 like pre-material assignments should be relatively quick. The next 3 are more like actually on the material. So again, this is where it's going to be kind of like we got to figure out what sort of schedule is working for you in terms of workload. So that's kind of like the main page. And then on the left side here is also going to be very, very important. So announcements are going to be important. I will post announcements every single Monday, which is when I will post all of the current week's assignments. And then the modules is going to be another very important aspect, but the biggest perhaps is going to be the Red Shelf digital course materials. So when you click on that, it's going to show an error here for me because I'm in student view at the moment. But hopefully when you click onto that personally, then it should take you to the book access. My suggestion would be when you click into the book and go like into perhaps a separate tab, consider bookmarking that, or maybe keeping a tab open. As you'll see here, I have lots of tabs open. They are organized though, so do not at me about it. They are organized. But consider making it a bookmark just so you have access to it, just in case Canvas goes down. I'm sure you've experienced at some point that, you know, sometimes technology doesn't work. Technology has been testing me personally today, so sometimes it doesn't just work the way that it should. So that might be something to consider. The next most important page is going to be the modules page here. So on the left-hand side, click on modules, and then you'll see how things are set up. So the very first module that you'll see is the course introduction. So what you're going to have to do, notice how these are grayed out, because you have to work through this module sequentially, meaning that you have to do each page one by one by one. You can't just kind of jump forward to another page. So you have to view these resources first, and then you can do the pre-material assignments, including pre-assessment questions, a quick syllabus quiz, and a geography quiz of the United States, as well as the world continents and oceans. Geography is a very, very important part of science. We talk about locations all the time and where things are, where people are located in terms of the environment. So this is, you're not going to be graded on right or wrong answers. I want you to try to complete this to the best of your memory, and you're not going to be graded on like how poorly or how unpoorly you do. So just keep that in mind. I just want you to do it. Take a screenshot of your results and then just post those, and then that will be yours, one of your homeworks for the week. And there's a couple of other of modules here of assignments and things that we're going to do throughout the rest of the semester that will come up later. So field trip and your project, and then extra credit. These will get filled in later on, and I'll make videos detailing these things as they come up. But the next module that you're going to want to pay attention to this week in particular is week 1 here. So week 1, notice how it says prerequisites, the environmental science course introduction. So you have to view that very first module up top here before you can even make your way through this week 1 module. So just keeping that in mind. And then, yeah, once you've kind of started into the module, you'll once again have to work through things sequentially. You'll have an intro page, and I'll just leave student view here really quick just so I can sort of show you what exactly that means. So each week you'll have an intro page, and this will give you a breakdown of everything that we're going to do throughout the week, what your learning objectives are going to be, and your overall tasks, and just your overall like replies and all of that stuff as things come along. So that will give you an idea of what to expect for the week in terms of assignments, and then you'll be able to work through the rest of the material. Do note that for the first few video clips for this week, these are not made by me. However, for most of the rest of the semester, the videos will be made by me. It'll kind of be almost like a lecture sort of idea here, and I'll post slides as needed as we work through the material. So let's see here. What else did I want to touch on? Just to briefly show the syllabus here. There's nothing too crazy going on. I do want you to read it thoroughly and then take that syllabus quiz, which is located on Canvas. And then I just also want to mention the schedule here and how things are kind of broken down. So notice I have it color coded. That's kind of more so for me, for my visuals. I'm a very visual learner, visual person, so it kind of helps me kind of break things down a little bit. But things that we'll kind of work through in terms of material and when your exams are. There's 3 main exams in this class, 2 kind of midterms, if you will, and 1 final. And then you also kind of just notice here how your your project is actually going to be due relatively early in the semester. This is just so we can rip that Band-Aid off and we'll just get her done and over with early on, so you don't have to worry about it near the end of the semester, which is when I know things can get pretty busy for some folks. So just things to keep in mind, and I'll give you all of these details on all of this information as things go along. So I will update this relatively frequently if I have to make any changes or if, something comes up or whatever. But for the most part, this is kind of what we're going to be working throughout the semester. So let's see here. I really think that's all I wanted to drone on about in terms of material and things I wanted to share with you all. So if, like I said before, if there's anything that pops up that seems a little off or like maybe a poor edit or something, I try to make sure that I go through all of the materials before posting them. But again, I'm human, I make mistakes. My eyeballs are tired from staring at screens the whole time. So just please just let me know if anything is amiss or awry. Otherwise, I'm very, very excited to hang out with you all this semester and learn more about the wonderful environment that is all around us. So let's get into it. Let's have a great semester, and I will talk to you all later on. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.